Hello, class. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Justin Serrano. We're here in week 3, and it's summer. It's in the middle of summer, actually. And thinking about summer, seasons change, especially here in California. We don't get seemingly all the seasons, but yet it still does switch up from hot to cold and great temperature to not so great temperature. And with that, we have the discussion to talk about. We looked at our learning material this week. We reviewed some videos on change, and it's particularly the four doors. And then also we looked at articles and visual supports on the change cycle. So I've prepared for you a little presentation slide deck thing to help uh, facilitate this discussion. So organizational change comes in different looks. For my particular context for what I'll be talking about is in my field of ABA, applied behavioral analysis. We do behavioral support, behavioral therapy, and essentially we go from client to client to do session hours, helping them learn skills, helping modify, manage, and shape behaviors. But that really takes us from location to location all day. And if we have an 8-hour session working with a client, the drive time in between all that um, should be counted for hours worked, which is essentially something that my organization wasn't doing at the time. So in my example, I am going over how I proposed the company to start taking on their responsibility for fair wages, on calculating mileage reimbursement, and starting to pay for wage order 4, which is essentially drive time. Because we're under employer control, we have to drive from location to location. Anyways, so with that being said, here we go. So, where am I on the change cycle? So, I believe that I'm in between 4 and 5. I think that because I implemented this change, they took it on, and then now they gave me some autonomy over my days. They essentially complied with my proposal and started giving us that ability to manage our own schedule. So, I actually have the means to manage my day to day and incorporate the eight all the drive time, admin time into my 8 hours. So this is giving me a clear picture of what the change is looking like. I can really see it how it's impacting a lot of us. I have renewed energy to like really get back into work because I'm not getting burnt out anymore. So now I can really be more concise with my programming and working with clients and stuff. And I'm also becoming more confident because I have the autonomy and management over my days. That these are things that since I can control and since this is about what I know I can do, I'm excelling and exceeding like performance expectations. And then I'm at stage 5 because I understand why this change had to happen, especially because I'm the one that implemented it or brought it to be. And now I am understanding why it is, you know, part of uh compliance and regulations and just the law and why they have it, because working all day um is pretty burdening at times. So now I'm channeling my energy into more decisive actions, again replacing all like the stress with more confidence, more capabilities, and then I can move with that change, not against it. Okay, things I can do now that I couldn't before. So the first one, real control over my schedule. Before we were still under, some admin structure. They really don't know what we do, so they were just overseeing us and what we already put. But now that we have full control, it's a lot easier. So now I generally have autonomy. Everything is built into my 8-hour day, and now I don't have to work so much to get paid the same. And then my workday ends at essentially at the same time. And yeah, I don't have to feel guilty about working all that time. So here's my references, and thank you for joining me today.